What is up, guys, and welcome back to another day here at Whitley Auto Works. Today we're jumping right back into our Rustoleum custom mix series. That's where we pick fun Rustoleum colors, pearls, flakes, candies, a little bit of everything. We mix them all together. We create new interesting color combinations that you guys might want to use on a future project. And then the best part of it all, you guys get it rated 1 through 5, 1 through 10. I got a fender prepped up behind me, and that's typically what we shoot everything on. And we try to answer the what ifs on this channel. A lot of you guys throw comments in some of my videos asking, what if you were to do this, or what if you were to do that? And it's just stuff that you just don't see everybody else do on YouTube. This is all about experimenting and finding out what if. And today I've got a very big what if. I've got Aura Bronze here. We've used this color by Rustoleum lately to do a lot of candy spray outs. But a lot of people have always asked me, what would happen if you mix the COLORSHIFT pearl into a metallic base? Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to decant, which means remove the spray paint from this can into a cup, and that'll also answer another question a lot of people have asked. How many ounces do these spray cans actually hold? Because this is a full can. But after we decant it and put it into a cup, we're going to be taking some TOBIKO COLORSHIFT from My Candy Pigments. A really cool gold to like purple and just a really rich color shift. We're going to put that in the Aura Bronze base and see if we can't create a new interesting base coat. We'll put it on the fender behind me, and then we'll seal everything with some Finish One Clear, and we'll take it out in the sun and we'll see the final effects. So that's the game plan for today. I'm going to puncture this can real quick and let it decant into a cup, and we'll get to spraying. Alright guys, so there's many ways you can do this right here. A lot of people have said turn it upside down and pull the trigger. You can do that. This is a full can, guys, and all I'm going to do is just punch to the side. What I've got here is just a little self-tapping screw on a pair of pliers so it don't slip, and we're just going to go in the side and just slowly work it until it starts hissing. Let it vapor off, and then we'll let it do a little bit more, and you just kind of work with it, guys. You just need a real small hole. If you're intimidated, as soon as you hear that first hiss, you can just puncture it like that and let it go. Let it have a really small hole and just walk away. Let it gas off slowly, until you get familiar with this. But anyways, I'm going to show you how I do it. And there's really not a lot to it, guys. You just go at it from an angle like that. It's going to start hissing in just a minute. And like I said, the main thing is you want this to have sat all night. You don't want to have this shaken up beforehand. So I don't know if you can hear that. It's already leaking right there. So you can kind of, with the self-tapping screw, kind of open it as much as you want. See how I just opened it a little bit more? And it's really not that bad. Now, if you just go working at it real crazy all at one time, then yeah, it will start shooting out the side. So you just want to puncture a really small hole. You're just barely working it in to have a small hole. And that's all you do, guys. Let it sit, let it gas off, and then when it completely stops, you can open the hole up bigger and pour it into a cup. So I'm going to let this gas off, and we'll pour it into a cup. And that's all she wrote with that. See how I'm opening it up? Going back and forth. There you go. That's all you need. Alright, let's see how much we got in here. Like I said, this was a whole can, so this is about what you can expect if you decide to do this at home. I know I've had a lot of people question, and some people have even argued in the comments how much exactly you could get out of it. So that's pretty much it, guys. 6 ounces, guys. We got 6 ounces of paint we can put in a paint gun. Alright, guys, so now we got our Aura Bronze in liquid form. And I've got some TOBIKO eye candy pearl, and I'm going to bring you guys in close, and we're going to add some to it. Alright guys, so there's TOBIKO, for those that are interested. And this is Aura Bronze. A very interesting, whoa, look at that. I stirred it up a little bit, still had a little bit of aerosol in it. Very crazy. Alright, so we got to get all this pressure out of it. And most of the time it just gases off and doesn't really stay in the cup. So that was interesting enough, wasn't it? All right, you have to be careful when you're doing this type of stuff, guys, because some of these gases will get trapped in the liquid. So just be very careful and do this at your own risk, obviously. All right, now the TOBIKO. I'm going to do a tablespoon, or a teaspoon, sorry, of TOBIKO Color Shift into the 6 ounces. I'm going to start off there. As you can see, there it is. I'm going to mix it up really good. And let's see if this changes everything much, if it manipulates it. I don't know what this is going to do. That's why this is a what if. It did give it some sparkle, some color shift sparkle. All right, now I don't want to overload this mix too much, so I'm going to stop right here because you know me, guys. I'm notorious for wanting to throw an effect in it. But I think that's going to be good to go. Just subtle enough to give it a cool effect. So now let's load up the paint gun and let's get spraying. Alright guys, so now I got my paint gun here loaded up with some of this oil rub TOBIKO bronze, a color shift mixed with a metallic. So I'm curious to see what this is going to do. I am using the HVLP gun today. I'm going to be shooting at about 30 psi, 28 give or take, kind of somewhere in that area. The regulator just kind of fluctuate a little bit on this one. But stay in that ballpark and you'll be good with most HVLP guns. I'm going to do consistent coats on this till we get full coverage, probably 2 or 3 coats, and then we'll shoot some clear coats. So I'm going to put my mask on. Let's get it spraying. Alright guys, so this is the base coat laid on that we created. Before I go to putting the clear on it, I wanted to show you guys real quick. Very interesting. I do see a little bit of shiftage to it. It's going to be really, really interesting once we add this stuff over here. This is finish 1 clear, guys. 4-to-1 mix, 4 parts clear, 1 part slow hardener. And I'm going to make 5 ounces total. And we're going to clear cut this thing. And let's see if we can get a cool effect out of it. Alright guys, so I got my gun loaded up with some finished 1 clear. A lot of you guys are always asking me, how long after Rustoleum do you actually clear it? Well, with these test spray outs, guys, about as quickly as I can, because the Rustoleum spray can paint has a really fast flash off reducer rate. So really, I mean, almost after you spray it and by the time you get mixed your clear up, you're ready to go at it. So, but if you're doing anything on a full scale, what you want to do is always wait till the paint is tacky to touch, but not pulling paint off on your finger. That lets you know it's ready to go for clear. You don't want it to be pulling away like glue where it's stringy. You just want it tacky to touch, guys, and no paint on your finger. All right, I'm gonna put my mask on and let's put some clear coat on this thing. Alright guys, so oil rub bronze mixed with a little bit of TOBIKO. Man, I gotta say, this is one of the weirder colors I've ever created. I can't decide if this is a gray or if it's a purple, but man, if you look at the metallic in it, it definitely has a shift to it. At hard angles, you see that gold a little bit, and it's just a more tasteful, subtler color shift. What do you guys think? Alright guys, so this is the spray out for today. We started with a can of Rustoleum oil rub bronze. We decanted it, which means we removed the spray paint from the can, put it in a cup, and we had about 6 ounces total of product. You guys are always asking, how much paint is actually in a spray can, a full one? I typically say 4 to 6 ounces. We did lose a little bit when I started stirring it because we had some trapped aerosol reducer. So 4 to 6 ounces is somewhere in that ballpark. Then we took a teaspoon of TOBIKO Color Shift, a really cool color shift pearl from Eye Candy Pigments. We loaded it into the mix because you guys are always asking, can you put pearls and stuff into metallic paint? I tell you yes, but I always tell you guys, do it with caution, do it at low pigment loads because you don't want to model up your paint. You don't want it to look cloudy and inconsistent like you've seen with some of my other spray outs when I've overloaded the mix. And I think today was a perfect example of what to do because we got a really cool paint effect. At certain angles you see purples to silvers, and at hard angles you see golds to purples to pinks, and out in the sun it just goes crazy. But guys, ultimately it ain't up to me, it's up to you guys. Rate it 1 through 5, 1 through 10. If you want to use any of the products I used in this video, I am an affiliate with Eye Candy, so I can get you a discount on the TOBIKO. Links will be in the description. Enter WAW shop at checkout and you'll get a discount. If you want to spray with the Finish One Clear, the paint gun, the mask, any of that type stuff, links are always down below. It's my Amazon store that says As Seen on YouTube. You click that, it takes you to my store. You purchase everything for the same price I get it, and we get a little kickback, but like I said, it costs you nothing extra. You get the benefits of Amazon Prime and everything else they have to offer. If you like the spray out today, definitely take a second, let me know in the description, hit that like button, leave me a quick comment. It helps me out tremendously with the algorithm. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell beside it, it'll notify you every time a new episode drops. We're right in the middle of painting the shop truck. We got tutorials on the way, more crazy spray outs. And like I said, we're always answering those what if questions. What if you did this? What if you did that? This channel is all about experimenting, having fun with paint, and trying to do more expensive paint jobs for a little bit cheaper of a budget. But as always, guys, I appreciate you for watching today. I'm John from WHITLEY Auto Works. I hope you have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.